Cari amici sportivi, welcome again to another edition of Red Card Weekly, here where we talk about everything about soccer, Serie A mostly, a bit of Champions League, a bit of European. And yes, well, we're not professionals, nor do we pretend to be. I'd like to introduce first, to my right, Cassano e l'Inter hanno perso ieri, e noi rossoneri ne siamo tutti fieri, Steve Polillo. I am Vince. The guy to my left keeps on talking about Stramaccioni, but he has nothing to say to our secret weapon, Silvio Berlusconi, Tavernese. And to my left, Francis. No, we don't need Schneider. It's okay. Stay on the sidelines. We don't need Schneider. Just stay there. Go, John. Welcome everybody. I know it hurts. I know it does.
This week it does.
It does.
I have to admit this.
You know what? Because it hurts. Actually, before I get into the scores, I'd like to thank Steve. Steve, thank you very much to go to Intermarché. Some bello panettones over here. As you can see, we ate a bit of them. And to be very truly honest, we actually just finished taping for a half an hour show, and then we realized we forgot to push the record button, so we're doing this once over. So here we go, guys. Saturday's games: Lazio 1, Inter 0, Udinese 1, Palermo 1, Napoli 2, Bologna 3, Fiorentina 4, Siena 1, Catania 3, Sampdoria 1, Chievo 1, Roma 0, Genoa Torino 1-1, Juventus 3, Atalanta 0, Milan 4, Pescara 1, Parma 4, Cagliari 1. Those are your scores from the Serie A this week. What do you want to start with there?
Let's start with the top game. Inter went to Lazio. It was a big game. 2 big games in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And Inter loses again. Third time in 5 games. And this one hurt, guys, because the way we played the second half, I thought we had a chance to get the 3 points with the post 3 times. Marchetti made a big save.
Yeah.
And the typical Lazio win, guys. It was ugly. They clogged the midfield, but it was effective.
First of all, yeah, because the first half, I think me and Steve, after 10 minutes, we took a nice siesta because there was nothing to see. It was the whole first half was played in the midfield. But to be honest, the karma of soccer. Once Inter hit all those posts, I was like, you know what, Lazio's going to take it up and they're going to score. And yeah, Miroslav Klose, hats off to him. A nice goal with 2 defenders on him, and that's the way it ended. 1-0.
You know what? He seemed to be off his game because he missed a couple of chances. Once he tripped by himself in the box, and the other one he was by himself until he missed his control, unlike Klose. But he came through again for Lazio. And guys, I have to admit, I have a confession to make. It's the first week that I'm pissed at Stramaccioni.
Okay, you're pissed at Stramaccioni.
I'm pissed at Stramaccioni. I think he respected Lazio a little too much. He switched the system. He went with a 4-3-1-2 situation system. He put Guarin in the hole. If you're gonna do that, just Schneider, put him in the hole and put Guarin in that back 3. I'm very disappointed.
Is it only me that whenever you see Stramaccioni, it looks like he hasn't slept like in 4 days? I don't know.
He's not going to be sleeping for quite a bit of time there because let's be honest, guys, the game was a sleeper. The first half, especially, like Vince said, you have to give some blame to Stramaccioni, but let's face it, both teams, guys, they went there not wanting to win the game
After the first half.
But
Stramaccioni adjusted the second half.
Yeah, it was one of those games where typical Italian Serie A, sometimes when it gets too close to Christmas, either they start thinking about the panettone, they start thinking about the porchette, the meatballs, the sauce, the vongole, for Christmas, and the quality goes down a bit. But guys, come on. 2 teams that they need to get 3 points, they're both right behind Juve, especially with Juve having a weaker test than both of them, and they don't show up to play the first half. And the second half, okay, some goals, yes, but they were scared to play the game to win. They did not want to lose 3 points.
Lazio once again against a big team, they come out with a result. Lazio drops points against the weaker teams.
Yeah.
But against the big teams, they always show up. And this year they've been winning those big games.
Except against Juve, they didn't show up.
Yeah.
But they got a draw, no? They
No.
draw. They lost 1-0. Marchetti made 50,000 saves.
Give or take.
But typical Lazio, I mean, don't take anything away from
But it's
them.
okay. Keep Schneider on the bench. You obviously don't need him.
We do need him. I'm very disappointed. But I do support Schneider in this case.
Good for
He's
you.
right.
Thanks for being honest.
All right. Elsewhere, the leaders, Juventus beat Atalanta 3-0. Atalanta have been giving a hard time to a lot of teams that have been playing well. They made it so easy for Juve this week.
easy. When Dennis had that breakaway, it could have changed the game the way it went, no? But then again, Juventus are the stronger team.
It was 3-0 at halftime.
It's 3-0 27 minutes, but
Okay. The game was over at the half hour.
yeah.
After the Vucinic goal, we all know what happened with Dennis. He on the Maroni trip, slip, whatever you want to call it. He couldn't bury the chance, but it was not going to change the end result. Guys, Juve is too strong. And Atalanta, if they don't take those chances and score, and at least get some confidence, the red card didn't help either, guys. Let's
That
face
was
it.
a dumb card to
Dumb
get.
card to get, and let's face it, already being the weaker of the two teams, playing at the Stadio Juventus Stadium, where it's already hard to play. No confidence, Atalanta. Unfortunately, it's penciled in at the beginning of the year. They're not getting 3 points. So for them to even get a draw, it becomes almost like a 3 points, because the other teams chasing them in the relegation or in the standings probably won't get those 3 points. But that's what happens. That's the Serie A. Everything's calculated before.
And once again, another moment of magic by Pirlo. Guys,
Wonder strike.
how do you feel seeing Pirlo at his age still performing?
I hate it.
Why do we
I
have to
love
go back
Pirlo.
to this? Why do we
Pirlo
have to
is
go
the
back to
best. Allegri,
It's not Allegri's fault. He wanted to leave.
It's
He
two
wanted.
times we record the show. It's 2 times this guy said.
It's not Allegri's fault. If it was Allegri's fault, you don't think Silvio would have done something by now?
Silvio, he wanted to shoot it. And then what happened? They won the Scudetto.
We won the Scudetto without Pirlo, Steve. Steve was on the sidelines for 6 months. I'm not saying he's not
Steve was on the sideline. I was on the sideline for 3 months.
Pirlo is still great, a great player. I would just like to see him.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Would like to see him perform this way. Like, God forbid they get Real Madrid in the Champions League. Now they're gonna play Milan in the Coppa Italia. Let's see him perform when they
Pirlo shows up. It's not fair that now he's wearing a
When did he
black
show
and
up?
white
Against
jersey.
Atalanta?
No.
Against Milan, what did he do? Against Milan, what did he do? What did he do?
Yeah, but-
Against Chelsea, what did he do, Pirlo?
Oh,
he gave up the ball. They gave up the ball 8 times.
Whatever.
Please,
Well,
please.
it's not fair that now he's wearing a different jersey. That's typical Milanista. Ibra, Inter was shit. He came to Milan. Oh, he's great. Now he's gonna eat shit again. Guys, Pirlo is fantastic. He's a legend. I know you're mad because it burns you inside.
No,
It
he's
burns
great.
me inside, but it burns me inside, and I add on peppers, and it's not
Trust me,
that
all people, an Interista, I know the way you
He's
feel.
a great player. He is a great player. But you know what? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say is that when it was time, he wanted to have a change of scenery. He wasn't going to get the money that he wanted to,
And the trophies.
we still won without it.
Don't forget the trophies.
That's right. You know what? Let's just say
The underlying story is Master Allegri decided that for some reason, after sleeping or having a bottle of wine, that Pirlo, he couldn't find a regular starting spot for Pirlo in his.
Okay,
in his
now I'm gonna have a piece of
I have a
panettone
piece of
here.
panettone, I smash him.
Digest your
You want a piece of panettone, yes or no?
No.
Guys, elsewhere, Napoli had a chance to overpass Inter. They played Bologna, which is not a hard team for them to beat. And Napoli comes out the first half. Horrible.
Yeah.
Second half, the second week in a row, they switch their formation. They go with 4 guys, Pandev, Insigne, Cavani, Hamsik. All of a sudden, they're attacking left and right. They take the lead 2-1. And within the last 5 minutes of the game, when they seemed like everything was in control,
6
Bologna
minutes
wasn't
ago.
doing anything, lightning struck twice. They lose to Bologna 3-2. Mazzari looked like he wanted to cry after
You
the game.
can't lose games like that. I'm sorry, Napoli. You cannot lose games like this. And Bologna, you know what? Good for them that they didn't give up. They scored those goals in the last.
But that goal came out of nowhere, Vince.
Huh? They still did it. They still believed in it. No, Napoli cannot lose games like this. I'm sorry. And you know what? You're gonna try to contend with the Scudetto. Where are you going with that? I'm this was happening.
Guys, it's obvious that Napoli, unfortunately, they're too thin. During the winter transfer, they're gonna have to get some kind of other type of player to fit into his formation where he can actually change it. Like
Well, that's
happened
it.
the first time. Unfortunately, guys, the moral of these 3 parts that we just went through now is that there's 7 points difference between Juve, Inter.
Napoli,
There's Lazio.
Lazio, Fiorentina, and then
We're starting to get close to the danger gap.
To me, until it becomes February, there's no danger gap because anything
Guys,
can happen. Anything can
I
happen.
would say at the beginning of the season, but now I think it's coming true. There's only one team challenging for the Scudetto, and that's Juve. It's clear. And it seems like all the other teams are just happy fighting for those Champions League spots. I do not You think these teams actually believe that they have a chance of winning the Scudetto?
Look, just like everybody's having a little slip up right now, Juventus is going to go through a slip up. I still believe it. And going back to last year, I know it's Premiership, but 6 weeks left of the season, City was 6 points behind Manchester United, and they still won. And we're talking about Manchester United here, which I think is stronger than Juventus. Anything happens out there, Tutto Sport would agree with me.
I'm taking it for all the Juventus. Manchester United is not stronger. They're probably at the same level, but not strong.
Yeah, they're shaky at the back.
So Robert Van Persie's who? Vucinic?
No, in terms of firepower,
Rooney is who?
they're fantastic.
But you were just talking about people that doesn't show up into the big games. So Van Persie's the king of not showing up in the big
Oh, he
games.
hasn't been scoring.
Listen, to be honest, do you take US defense or Manchester United's defense?
Everybody healthy?
Juve.
I'll take Ferdinand and Vidic. Barzagli and Chiellini.
And don't forget Bonucci Beckenbauer.
Benucci.
Scusate. Okay.
Juve has the best goalie.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Agree?
Juve
Juve has a better midfield. Manchester has a better striking.
E chi fa le gol? Chi le fa le gol? Il difensore?
Juve find goals for
Manchester has been conceding a lot. That's why I can't wait for next round Champions League to come, because now the big match is going to come through, and it's going to be exciting.
It will be exciting.
And next week's going to be the draw. We're going to have our Champions League predictions.
Yeah.
So that should be entertaining.
But I do have to agree that the tough part of the schedule for Juve is going to come where the Coppa Italia merges in with the Champions League with not that many weeks of.
We agree on something.
They might go to it, but Juve
But they have the depth.
They have the depth.
Yes, definitely.
Guys, Milan, another win. Yes, it was Pescara.
Pescara.
They win. Milan's coming up the table, and they're coming up pretty fast.
Yeah, Milan coming off all these back-to-back wins. Yeah, we did play Pescara. Pescara gifted us 2 own goals. I'm not saying that we played absolutely awesome. We dominated the game. I watched the game streaming this morning. And thank you for being sports in Espanol. That made a boring game quite exciting. Those Spanish guys, non si capisce niente, but you know, it's very exciting. No, you know what, Milan, I think the true test, Steve will probably, both you guys would agree with me, is next week. Saturday against Roma at Stadio Olimpico. Both of them 6th and 7th spot. Roma dropping points this week against Cable.
Wait. Talking about Roma, this is what we saw.
You just put that all over my phone, all over.
I'm just saying.
Look at you.
On TV, what you just saw,
You look like I was springing.
we did not see anything. There was fog.
If you guys, you could tell us if we didn't see the highlights. Because guaranteed, if you were watching the game, you were going to see them either. Kevo was wearing white and there was fog as thick as this sugar on the panettone.
Which is very fun.
1 goal by Pellissier.
I don't see this as a bad thing for Roma. You know what? I'll blame it on the temperature, on the thing.
But they're starting to find form. That's the
They
thing.
are starting to, but that's why I'm scared that, you know what, Milan's coming off this, 4 wins streak of
It's
Serie
going to
A.
be 2 hot teams. Hopefully
will.
it's going to be entertaining.
Speriamo.
All right, guys. Quickly, we'll go elsewhere. The EPL. City played Newcastle. Mario Balotelli was not dressed.
Oh my god.
Are we gonna stop?
But that's good news for you guys.
Mario's coming to Milan. Now he's taking them to court. City and Balotelli are in court for a fine that they gave that is 50,000 euros more. What are you guys doing? Well, just give them to us for free. We'll give you a couple of thousand euros a week there. We'll come pay my goal like they do at Best Buy and Future Shop. It doesn't belong there anymore. I'm sorry. Mario needs to play every game. He needs that confidence. Silvio's the kind of guy that's going to keep him in control, and that's it. He needs to come to Italy. Pasha.
Anyway, I think Mancini is going to make it clear that his first choices now, I think he's coming to realize that Agüero, Tevez, Nasri, and Silva, the 4 of them together with Garcia and Yaya Toure behind him.
Yeah.
That's his best option in England. Doesn't seem to work in Europe, but in England...
They played very well, and they were at Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken. And they won, and Mario, like I said, wasn't even dressed, wasn't even on the bench. So what does that say? They don't. I think he is a surplus. Actually, striker-wise, attackers are in surplus Manchester City. So let's see what happens in January, guys. Let's just see what's going on.
All right. Elsewhere, Liverpool lost to Aston Villa.
Dan Nixon, what's happening with your Liverpool? They came up with a couple of good ones.
Guys,
And the Giants got shellacked 34-19.
but Liverpool, Lucas is back for Liverpool, which has freed Gerrard to push up. They used Dan's favorite player, Stuart Downing, as a left back, and to be honest, guys, he played well.
No, but Liverpool played well this game. I watched them extended half. They played well, but Aston Villa had what, guys?
3 chances and goals.
And they scored all 3. So we talk about chances, we talk about possession, we talk about this, but is this just a little, like we were talking about before, is it a little hiccup? Is it, because Liverpool are playing well.
They start playing better,
well.
yes. They had a lot of possession, they created a lot of chances, they just can't finish.
No.
Guys, we see that Suarez doesn't score. There's not that many other options there at Liverpool.
On a side note, John Joe Shelby, did you guys ever anybody uglier than that?
Remember Thomas Gravison? He used to play for Everton.
He looks like John Joe Shelby, the guy from Harry Potter, the guy with the no hair, with the no nose. That's
Voldemort.
Voldemort, that's what it is. John Joe Shelby.
On a different note, guys, Sterling, the young 18-year-old prospect for Liverpool, does not want to sign a contract extension. He's asking for a lot of dough.
The guys that should not know that Sterling is father of 2 kids from 2 different women, and he just turned 18 years old. What do you think he needs more money?
Anyways, guys, the guy has all the talent in the world. But it's just to prove out the modern game, these young kids are surrounded by agents, are just looking for money and everything. Sign the contract, it's in your best
Prove
interest.
yourself like everybody else had to prove themselves. Enough with this freaking money.
Let's be honest. Sterling, you're not in a crappy club. You're at Liverpool.
You're Liverpool.
More passionate fans you cannot find around the world, around Europe, let alone England. So you could have a chance to become a legend. Look at Gerrard across from you in the dressing room. You think he didn't want more money? You think he earned his money?
I'm sure he offered,
and he got
offered more money
and offered to switch team, but he stayed.
Play with this. Play with this, Sterling. Stop talking about money.
Another English team we're going to talk about, there was a Club World Cup final, Chelsea.
Corinthians.
And Chelsea lost to Corinthians 1-0. Torres invisible, because people were starting to talk that he got 5 goals in the last 3 games. Benitez got it on track. But let me tell you, this game he was invisible. Benitez decides to start Moses and Lampard.
Ma che stai fumando, Benitez?
Instead of Oscar, that played in Brazil, that knows the style of Brazilian teams, that knows all the players on that team.
But you know why he meant to start Moses?
Why?
Because Moses was going to part the Corinthians.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But you know what? On a serious note, like, Moses is not a bad player, don't get me wrong, but if Mata, Oscar, and Hazard have been playing so well together when they were on in groove, what are you doing? You have a chance to do what you did at Inter, coach for 6 months and win a Club World Cup, and you still fail. Yeah, you know what? Roman Abramovich is very happy with you right now, Rafa.
Guys, is it a big deal for European teams, this Club World Cup?
It has to be a big
At
deal.
Chelsea right now, sorry to interrupt, at Chelsea right now would have been a very good thing for their morale boosting. I think.
Guys, let's face it, this Club World Cup. Okay, let's take nothing away from Corinthians. Champions of the Brazilian League.
Champions of Europe.
Chelsea,
Champions of the world.
Champions of Europe. The best tournament in the world besides the World Cup.
Champions League. Even now, I think it's more entertaining than Champions League.
Very
Absolutely.
entertaining.
Champions League is becoming out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
The money and the backing of Chelsea with all the star power they have behind them. You can't win this cup. This had to be another cup in the Chelsea trophy case.
Was Di Matteo laughing at him watching this?
That is karma. Di Matteo, he won't be laughing because he's an ex-Chelsea legend, but he has a little smile deep inside.
Good, you know what? Kudos to Corinthians for pulling it off.
Elsewhere in Spain, Barcelona just confirmed that they're overrunning everybody. They
It's
beat
over.
Atletico Madrid,
Just stop
second place
the
team, 4-1. Messi scores 2 goals. Falcao actually scored this game, but 4-1. The first team, nobody could touch Barcelona, it seems.
What do you want to watch anymore? You want to watch Barcelona score 4 or 5 goals a game? Atletico Madrid actually scored first in this game, and then Barcelona's like, you know what?
This is good. This is perfect. The 2-team league just became 1-team league.
Even better.
Mourinho today admitted.
Mourinho today admitted it's impossible to win La Liga for Real Madrid.
But how you go tie Osasuna, even you with all these superstars?
But that's fine.
That's
That's
okay.
fine. That happens. Just Barcelona's not dropping any points.
They're not.
Barcelona's the best start in the history of La Liga. Is this credit to Villanova? Or maybe Guardiola was overrated. It's not that hard of a league, but Guardiola won a lot of trophies.
Guardiola reached a certain standard, and Villanova right now is just maintaining that standard. That's it.
Guys, Guardiola started from the youth ranks.
But even Villanova was working in the youth system, so he's very
Okay.
familiar with the
Well,
whole
it
thing.
is, but you know what? It could have been a cardboard cutout of Guardiola coaching that team, and I think they would still be winning. So Well, let's see what he does for a couple of years. You know, like we were talking about on the show, we didn't press record. We talked about like maintaining all these personalities in the dressing room. So probably he's doing a very good job with that. But I'm sure that there's no egos in the Barcelona. When they did have an ego as an Ibra, they got rid of him after
Guys,
years.
but just look at Barca's youth system. They pulled out Messi, Xavi, Iniesta,
Busquets,
no,
Piqué, Fabregas,
there you go.
Valdez.
Santino,
We can keep on
Coutinho,
going,
the
yeah.
machine. It's like you're making
Oh,
salsiccia
all
with
the
99 cents a pound prosciutto from a thing, and it just
Let them machine. Keeps on coming.
Keeps on coming.
Guys, in Spain, unlike Italy, this is just my worry. I'm just going to express a feeling.
All right, go ahead.
We know that Real Madrid is there to challenge Barcelona. I'm scared that within the next 2-3 years, nobody will be able to compete with Juventus financially and on the field. I'm scared that Juve will take the league for the next 2-3 years.
No, because Serie A always goes through these transitions. Inter won it 5 years in a row because of Calciopoli, but forget that. I'm sure if there was no Calciopoli, Inter would have won those 3 years in a row. Juventus had won before that. Milan won. Then Roma had won, back in 03s. I believe you've never seen, and even when Inter won all those 5 Scudettos in a row, there was always a battle till the end. You know what? Let's look at it this way: is Real Madrid concentrating on Champions League this year? Because
Well, not
everyone
yet.
won?
I think Mourinho, that's his objective now. He wants to get that 10 Champions League title for Madrid. And
And then take off and go to PSG.
anyways, next week the Champions League draw. We'll
Yeah,
look forward to it. We'll be
discuss
talking
that
about
after,
it.
yeah.
The 20th of December.
In Spain.
Guys, January is also coming along. There's a lot of transfer rumors. Any rumors you guys want to talk about?
Guys, you have to go with the Drogba rumor. It involves Juve. You know that the strike partnership of Vucinic with either Matri, Quagliarella, Jovinko is actually
Jovinko
been
Vucinic, yeah, works
He
out.
is.
They need someone else. The Bentner
Bentner,
experiment did not work.
No.
Now Drogba, it's a tricky situation because he does play in China, which their season is completely over right now.
Is it
and
alone? Is
he
it,
needs to have this Beckham style release,
Which he's not getting
which
right
he's
now.
not getting right now.
I think he
For Juve, there's also Lorientes,
Villa.
Oh, yeah.
Tevez,
Lionel
Those
Messi.
are real top players.
those are real top players. So there's a lot of rumors coming out of the Tutto Sport machine.
Tutto
but
Sport.
we have to continue.
I would
with
say the Drogba is more credible than any other than these ones here. Loriente, honestly, I see some of these guys, big money, trying to pick up because he's still young. He still is a fantastic
And I
player.
think his price went down because he's not getting along with the coach at Bilbao. So he's not playing right now.
No,
So I
he's
think
not.
the price might have went down. And it's his last year of contract. He doesn't have a contract.
But the one rumor that is much more than a rumor is Mario's coming to Milan. That I'm 96.7% sure he's coming. Then Schneider's gonna come for 500,000 euros.
That's not happening, guys.
It's happening.
It's not happening.
Schneider, Bato's gonna go out on loan. Balotelli's gonna come in. Robinho, I see him do the end of the season. El Shaarawy, imagine El Shaarawy, Balotelli. I'm getting a little excited. But yeah, no, Balotelli, I see that more happening than
I have to
anything
say,
else.
with these Brazilian style rumors, I don't understand them. They come to Europe to play soccer, then they play. When it gets a little bit tough,
Oh, wanna go back.
they say they want to go back home. Then when they're back home, they want to come back to Europe.
Talking about, you know who wants to come back?
Adriano.
Adriano wants to come back.
Please, Adriano. Please, Adriano. Where's he gonna go back? He's done what, 16 times in the last 2
Fiorentina
years?
took Luca Toni over. As a favor, maybe Inter could take him back. I'm joking.
You would actually take him back?
Are you kidding?
So I was like, by the way,
we don't
I
have
see
another striker right now, so
Ronaldo, un fenomeno, did this reality show. Guys, he lost 13 kilos, almost 30 pounds. I don't know if you guys saw him. He looks great because he was athletic.
And then during an exhibition match, he told one of his friends he wanted to go spark his Parker.
What's the problem with that? He's not playing anymore. He wants to go spark him out.
After the 13 kilos, he wants to spark his Parker, and then he's gonna get the munchies and he's gonna have some panettone.
guys, talking about the question, talking about transfers, the question of the week.
Question of the week, guys. Out of all these Italian talents, which one of these three would you like to see playing back in Italy? Would it be Super Mario, Would it be Giuseppe Rossi, which, respect to him, hasn't played in the last almost 10 months, but let's try to remember you guys are all fans of what he can bring to the table.
Fantastic player.
Yeah, and
Coming back in March.
Coming back in March, and Verratti from PSG. There was a bit of rumors. Not really
Say the rumor. Say the rumor.
Say the rumor.
Verratti possibly to Inter. Now, guys, I'm gonna say this for the whole country. I'm not talking about Canada. I'm talking about Italy. Verratti, please do not come to Inter. We will ruin your career, and the national team will be ruined for the next 10 years.
Come on, Verratti, go to Inter. When they're fed up with you, they'll sell you to Milan.
E siamo tutti a posto. Beautiful, beautiful.
Following into Pirlo's footsteps.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And Allegri's gonna say he can't.
Okay, stop with this Allegri.
All right, guys. The red cards of the week, Steve.
Oh my God, guys, we love to do the show. Sometimes we do it twice. We love to go on the internet, different sites, goal.com, Tutto Juve. Guys, Football Italia, wonderful site. Interesting articles, beautiful blogs, which sometimes I don't understand the wording. But please, that stupid video on the top right hand corner, I cannot take it anymore. Every article you click, it goes on. You click, it goes on. Mute, click, mute. I'm dizzy after that. I can't take the time to visit your site the way I'm supposed to because you have Stramaccioni videos even. Even worse. I know
Allegri's worse than Stramaccioni.
No.
Take it easy.
Stramaccioni is on that video. It looks like he hasn't slept in 14 days.
Listen, with Moratti, your job is always on the line, even when you win 10 in a row. All right. Vince, your red card of the week.
My red card of the week. Before I get into my red card, a little note to all you Juventines that been saying, "Oh, you guys with these anti-Juventus, Louis Mancini, Joe Moretta." Listen, we keep on saying Juventus is one of the best team in Serie A.
Yeah.
We've invited Juventines to come on the show, but I'm afraid of the camera. You want to talk? Come right over here.
We'll make space.
Okay? Tutto Sport. I'm talking about Tutto Sport. That's my red card. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Vucinic sembra Ibra. Seriously. You know, Beckenbauer to Bonucci, that's like late up. Vucinic is like Ibra. Ibra is on a planet of himself. Vucinic is still a great player, but please just stop embarrassing yourself. Because if Vucinic is like Ibrahimovic, Kevin Constant is like Savicevic. Okay, so that's it. Tutto Sport, my red card. I don't even have to because they deserve a full red card.
My red card of the week goes to the Zimbabwe Soccer Federation.
Zimbabwe?
I'm sure you guys have read about it. Messi broke the record. We've been talking about a month leading up to the record of Gerd Mueller. We've been talking about Messi getting close, finally beating it. These guys decide this week to show up saying, wait, we're making an appeal to FIFA. The record should not be legitimate. There's a guy in Zimbabwe that scored 102 goals in a calendar year.
102.
Maybe even 109. I'm not sure. The point is that it's not documented. They have no video footage of this record.
No, and then there's from Brazil, Zico too, I believe.
Yeah, Zico, but he scored 89 in Brazil, but now Messi's beating that too, so that's gonna be irrelevant. But come on, guys, about the people, if somebody deserves that record, it's Messi's down to earth.
Can we just stop
Great
talking
guy.
about it now, Steve? Can we just stop talking about Messi's?
I've stopped talking about it for me.
Anyways, guys, next week, our last episode before the Christmas break.
Yes, sir.
We'll have a special show.
I'm not doing what you guys want.
No, we're not a surprise Vince.
We're not doing this.
We might get some bribes in.
Oh,
we might collect money actually to give you, so you might be willing to do it.
Okay.
So do not miss the show next week. And
Guys, the show next week will be breathtaking.
Oh, good. Guys,
take
have a
care.
good week.
Thank you
We'll
for
see you.
watching.
Press record.
Ciao.
Press record.